It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Falcons and the Hawks on Monday Night Prime Time.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. With Brock Hewitt up in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. What a great opening week to the NFL season it has been so far. And Brock, tonight's contest officially closing out Week 1. You know these teams are happy to have the big... It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Here's a return from the 7. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down. Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
On second down, Robinson. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down. Staying with Robinson. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, Penix. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap. A give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. Play action. Here's Penix. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 26 on second down. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the puck. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Trying again, following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets them up with a third down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Third and long for him here. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
Just something off in the rhythm of the passing game on that one, Cade. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And it's going to be the man under center who brings him out, now in his 9th NFL season.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of a league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, and how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Darnold. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. This one misses the tight end. And that makes it 2nd and long. Throwing here, Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Short pass brought in. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Go, set.
Running it after the penalty. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's going to be 2 on the pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, set. Ready. Go 80. Reset.
To throw, here's Darnold. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. 4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. Ooh, some excellent English on that punt. This one makes it all the way to the 6 before the team touches down. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the 2nd time. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. On 1st down, here's Penix. Throw reeled in by London. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Penix on first down. And wow, nearly a pick on that check down. A bit lucky that he couldn't hang on to it, and it fell incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They kick the running back in motion. And again, it's Penix. And he makes the... Wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Penix working from the gun. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawks football. So Seattle retakes the field for their second series. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He puts everything behind this one. Oh, and he can't follow through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbled it and drops it. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Darnold to throw. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks pull ahead 6-3 in the first. That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. He'll take this at the 10. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Penix now on first down. That lines up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. Penix here from the gun. He's going to push one deep down. That's complete inside the 35. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons push their lead to 3. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return starts at the 9. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves them with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Juke the defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks take a 2nd quarter lead. Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The Falcons and receiver Darnell Mooney headed out there now. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on it. Second and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Penix. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Second and 6 coming up here. Play action. Here's Penix. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Penix now to throw. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. They're down to their final one in this half. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He throws a bullet deep to... He's got it inside the 25. And he's finally out of bounds. Just a step away from the end zone at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Escapes out to the left. Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Hey, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit. Because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. The kick by Lutz is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good. You get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. It's the Seahawks with a 2nd and 7. Tight end going in motion here. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. Darnold. He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing here, Darnold. Finds Smith and Jigba. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They put a receiver in motion here left. They are throwing it again. Hauled in left side. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Motion man sent left. From the 21. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We've got to see what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Here's Darnold to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
From the gun on 3rd down. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks grow their lead to 8. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. We've hit. And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Darnold looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Here we go, son.
Motioning the tight end now. Complete beyond the marker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing them.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
And he gets him around 6 there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. 6 yards the pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And 4th and 4 coming up. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And this game... They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Let's go. Now a give running right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Running back sent in motion left. 3rd down, it's Penix. That one's complete to London. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons start the 2nd half with some needed points. Drake London with the touchdown. He's throwing for it! And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical. Play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
The Seahawks back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here goes up. Yo, lady. Red 80. It's up.
Throwing now from the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Red 80. Yo, 80. It's up.
2nd and 10 now. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He'll throw it yet again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, I mean, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's got a man left. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They're now set for 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
We've reached the end of 3 and our... Second and 6 coming up here. Plowing up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Here's Darnold. He's on the move. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Give now to the running back. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first. Darnold now to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. It's 2nd and goal. They'll send him up the middle. Goes up and over for the touchdown. Seahawks make it a 9-point advantage. That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get it up to the 44. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Falcons will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Past midfield to the 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They're running the option, short side. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Running for the marker on 2nd. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Penix on 3rd down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
We go, set.
They'll run here on first down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. It is caught left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down.
You're set.
Running it after the penalty. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
They motion a receiver left.
Reset.
To the air, 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That one gains 7. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Reset.
Throwing here, Darnold. Escapes the pocket. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. 3rd down coming.
Here we go, set. Reset.
To throw, here's Darnold. He has the first over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Here we go, set. Set.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. He has room past the 25. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks take a 3-possession lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now they face second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
London going in motion left. 2nd and 10. Penix to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
So now here's 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Penix. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. The Seahawks calling for a timeout, so they're 1st and 3. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. And again, it's Penix. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. I mean, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that follow. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.